Hey everyone, Sharon Cummings with Keller Williams Realty here in Allen, Texas. We are here today for our Wisdom Wednesday, number two. We have Dean Hansen with the Farmers Agency here in Allen. Hey Dean, how are you today?
Hey Sharon, thanks for thinking of me when you think of wisdom for some reason.
That
Glad to be
shirt.
here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great. Thanks for joining us. So today I just wanted to come on and talk for a moment about insurance. Me being in real estate, I hear a lot about people when they're shopping for insurance, like their insurance rates seem high, or what's going on with that. So Dean, I wanted to kind of ask you, I know lately I've been hearing a lot that insurance is going up, insurance rates have gone up. I've seen lots of posts on Facebook, things like that. So can you explain to us maybe why there's been a rate increase in insurance kind of across the board lately?
Yes, absolutely, Sharon. It's on a lot of people's minds. And, we are very sorry about the changing prices. We wish that we had some control over that here at the local agency level. We don't.
Yeah.
They don't even ask us. And all those kinds of decisions are made at the corporate level for all the insurance companies. They have teams of actuarial scientists and underwriters that come up with what needs to be charged for insurance premiums. So, but it's affecting so much and so many people. So, the main message for everybody watching, it's not just you, it's not just your insurance company, it's all of them, and not only just in Texas or around the country, but it's actually insurance companies around the world. There are global issues that are underlying causes of our local insurance rate increases.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
So
go ahead.
in a nutshell, the increases are due to the cost and frequency of claims. So just think about everything you see on the news. Even
Hmm.
if it's a huge earthquake on the other side of the world, that does affect worldwide insurance economies, and that will touch us right here in Allen,
Yeah.
Texas. So
I mean, just like last night in Oklahoma, you see the wind damage and the storms that went through Oklahoma last night, just so heartbreaking. And a lot of people lost a lot of things. So I'm sure that's going to affect
yeah.
insurance.
Now those kinds of disasters are heartbreaking. I mean, they are.
Hmm.
People lost, everything they own, and loss of lives. Some people are injured and they'll never recover from those, but insurance makes sure that there's also not a financial catastrophe on top of all that heartbreak.
Right.
So we can't make, of course, insurance companies don't make the disasters happen, and we can't
Right.
make the pain go away. But the policy provides that financial support so that that's not an additional pain that people
Right.
have to go through. Yeah.
Right. That is true. I mean, I've seen it happen. I've seen people lose their home to a fire, tornado warrant damages and things like that. And, when you have that insurance in place and it's right and you've got the right coverages to get what you need to rebuild your life, aside from health and damages to yourself, that insurance will help cover, getting the material things back.
Mhm.
And that's so important.
Yeah.
It can affect a lot of people and their mental health status in a situation like that as well.
It sure can,
So,
and preparation is the key.
hmm.
The spirit of insurance is a concept called indemnity, which means
Hmm.
that in a financial way, things will be put back the way they were right before that incident occurred. So the important thing to remember is the insurance that's in force, the contract that applies will be the one that's in force when that incident occurs. So
Right.
if you don't have insurance for hail on your house and then it hails, you can't go run out and get hail insurance real quick.
Right.
It's too late. That snapshot in time
Yeah.
and that's a common question that we get too. It's like, well, can I
Wow.
get it later? You have to prepare in
Sure.
advance. And we're all in this together too, Sharon. I mean,
Yeah.
some people may not have had a hail claim for 4, 5, 6 years, and their insurance rates are going up too. So
Yeah.
the question is, why did my rate go up? I didn't have a claim. Well, it's because we're all in a risk pool together. It just wasn't your
Hmm.
turn this time, but
Yeah.
eventually it will be, of course. Yeah.
Well, let's talk real quick about that hail question because that is a very popular issue that we face here in North Texas. So tell me, say we do get a hailstorm, you do have insurance, you are covered, but what are the steps you would suggest somebody would take in the event that a hailstorm does happen?
This question was not in the script, Sharon, but I'll address it
I
anyway.
know the answer, and I know you do too, because we've talked about this, but I think it's good for people to know because a lot of people instantly pick up the phone and call their insurance and file a claim. So tell us what your suggestion would be as an insurance professional.
I'm really glad you brought it up because it's super important to do this the right way. And you're right.
Mhm.
Many people, they hear hail and they start dialing 1-800 numbers to file claims.
Yes.
Well, let's not be in such a hurry for several reasons. Um, one that you may not have thought of is, gee whiz, if we're in the middle of hail season, it might hail again. So
Mhm.
do you want to file a claim and get your roof replaced and then get it hailed on some more? Or if we don't have leaks, maybe we should just wait and let that roof get hailed on a few times, and then we only replace it one time. You only
Right.
want to pay one deductible, and the insurance companies only want to pay for one roof. So let's
Right.
work together on that. So there's that thing. So what we recommend that everyone do is call your insurance agent first. And the way we do it here at the Hansen Agency, when we get a phone call, actually when we hear it hailing, we actually email our local clients and say, hey, hail fell, locally.
Yeah.
So we may need to look at your roof for you, but we'll come out with a local trusted roofing company and have them get up on the roof and tell us their opinion on whether we should file a claim or not.
Mhm.
Because if you just go and call that 1-800 number and say it hailed out here, I want to file a claim, or I want somebody to come look at it, which is the same as filing a claim.
Which people do not understand. I do believe that a lot of people think, oh, I just called them and had them come look at it. I
Mhm.
didn't actually file a claim,
Yes, you
but yes,
did.
you did.
So that would be if there was no damage, or maybe the damage was less than the value of the deductible, then it would be what we call a no pay claim. So it still
Hmm.
counts as a
It's still
homeowner's.
going to show up as a claim on your homeowner's insurance. When you go to sell your home, it's going to show up that you had a claim. Then it's going to ask you if you fixed the problem. Then they're going to want verification that you fixed it because they can see you had a claim. So there's just a whole can of worms that you're going to open up if you dial straight into the insurance company and have them come out. But you're saying call us, which I think could be confusing to people. So what Dean's saying is if you have a local agent, call that local agent. What would you suggest if somebody doesn't have farmers and they don't have a local person they could call? Number one, I know your first suggestion is you need to switch insurance, but number two, if you do have, say, a 1-800 insurance company, don't call them first. Maybe call a roofer that you trust.
Yep,
Call me. I've got roofing connections, that will come out and do a free look at your roof to see what their opinion is because they're the ones who are going to meet with the insurance adjuster if they deem that it needs to be checked further with the insurance, correct?
absolutely. Yeah, call us. Just call
Yeah.
me. Say, hey, I'm not
Yeah.
a client of yours, but I need some help. Can you help me? Well, of course we can. Yeah, we
Well,
can.
that's awesome.
uh, Well, being in business since 2008, we have come to trust different contractors and vendors in our area. We know who are the good ones and who we can trust.
I tell
So,
people never trust a roofer that comes and knocks on your door.
yeah, first of all, if they're coming and knocking on your door, they're probably not busy enough
Yeah.
that if they're not successful to be busy enough, they have
And
time
they
to do
should
that.
be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, and
Um,
all of them are going to tell you to file a claim because there's a chance that they might get a job. If they tell you
right.
don't file a claim, then there's a
Yeah.
100% chance they won't.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I always like when I deal with vendors like foundation, roofing, plumbing, things like that, when they come in a couple of times and say it actually doesn't need anything, then I feel like I can trust that company more than if they always say that it needs work, and there's lots of those out there that they're going to find something that needs to be done. And then you've got the honest vendors that will say, it really doesn't need anything, or it only needs this little fix here, and this is only a couple $100. Whereas some of them will come in and every single time they're like, you need a whole new roof, you need a new fence, you need new screens, you need everything. And you don't. And so you're wasting your money and the insurance company's money, which is what pushes prices up because more people are claiming than needed to, that sort of thing. So tell us, is there anything we can do as consumers to help keep our insurance costs down or to deal with the rising rates?
Absolutely. So, before I do that, I wanted to plug one of your vendors that you recently introduced to us,
Okay.
Will Cobb. We
Oh,
needed
yes.
help with the foundation, and it's a tricky situation, and he knew
Amazing.
exactly what to do. So I actually introduced him to the contractor that's doing the repair on the home. They're all
Hmm.
working together seamlessly. It's like a symphony.
Nice.
Everybody's singing his praises. And
Good to hear.
the second, this is the second client I referred him to. The first one, he said they didn't need anything and everything was fine. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just normal settling a little bit, So
Right.
just a quick plug for him. Back to your question. The insurance is a very personal thing. It's different for
Mhm.
everyone. And that's why I tell people, don't DIY your insurance. There's a lot of things you can DIY, but there's a reason why the education, continuing education, licensing, and experience is so important in things like what you do, things like what I do, is because it's not as simple as people might think.
Right.
And so if you don't have a personal insurance agent, build a relationship with someone that can help you through these. But what can be done is we fine tune our clients' policies every year, more often if needed, to make sure that it fits their current needs. And
Hmm.
right now, one of the needs a lot of people are having is I need to figure out how to get the cost down a little bit,
Yeah.
ways that it's not going to hurt me so badly if something goes wrong. So that's what we do. We look at, maybe we could increase the deductibles a little bit. That's a set amount, so you know what
Hmm.
the harm can be. We look at convenience features. Now, there's a lot of convenience stuff built in, and some people are willing to go without those right now to, kind of keep in budget. The conventional wisdom right now is we all need to hold tight for about 6 months and see how the market reacts to what's
Hmm.
going on. Let's
Yeah.
not make a knee-jerk reaction and make a dramatic change. But that's what we advise is holding off. Maybe to soften the blow right now, we increase the deductibles a little bit, or maybe we remove some convenience. When I say convenience feature, I mean like for many people, having a rental car, if their car's in the shop, is a
Right.
convenience. Many people can telecommute, or you can
Yeah.
Uber, or maybe
Yeah.
share a car with your spouse or whatever. So just an idea. That's
You
something
may
you
not need rental coverage, but you're paying for it. Right.
exactly.
So,
So
yeah.
that's the big thing is we can help them through fine tuning their policies, and to
Yeah.
make sure.
Those are things I wouldn't have really thought about. So, good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
on the
good deal.
homeowners policies, we have things like a deductible waiver for broken windows and some other convenience things we can take off. Now there are two things you can do without changing your insurance coverage to
Hmm.
reduce your premium. One of them with farmers, it's called Signal, and many insurance companies have a driving app that shows, are you a distracted driver? Are you driving at weird times of the night? Are you jackrabbit starts and slamming the brakes on? Your
Yeah.
phone measures all that stuff. And with farmers, you get a 5% discount right off the bat for signing up.
Nice.
And it can be as high as 15% if you're a safe driver. And if you have youthful drivers, it can be as high as 25%.
Oof.
The reasons not to do that, or the reasons to not do that, would be I don't want Big Brother watching me, or I don't want the privacy, blah blah blah. They don't share that information with anybody, so they just
Right.
use it to give you an insurance discount. So that's one thing that you can do. And then the other one is to seasonally remove components that may not be as important.
Hmm.
We don't really need to have higher wind and hail deductible in the non-hail season. Of course, it hails any time
When
of
is
the
that?
year. Typically between February and the end of June.
No, February 1st and February 20th.
Yeah. Oh, anyway,
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. This is so helpful, and I think it's great information to get out there to everyone I know. And I'll be sharing this out, of course. Tell us a little bit about where you guys are located. What's the best way to reach you if somebody wants to just do an insurance checkup, just to see if they're covered properly? They can. I know for a fact they can compare. You guys will take their current policy and side by side it and make sure they're covered properly. And if they choose to stay with theirs, then that's fine. But at least they have somebody giving them a second opinion. So how would the best way to reach you be for that?
our website is iknowdean.com. Since you know me now, you can use that.
Everybody knows you.
And it forwards straight to our farmers website. So
Okay.
I'm not
Perfect.
doing business out of my trunk. We have a legit space. We're on Waters, just south of Exchange, if you want to come by, or you can call us at 972-727-9705. And I will tell all of your friends, Sharon, just like I tell mine. We'd just love to look at it. If there's a way that we can help you, we will. If it's great, we'll just tell you that. Hey, what you have is great. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Or hey, there's this one little thing I'd recommend you fix. Go back to your agent and fix that. But If we have
Nice.
better price, better coverage, maybe a little of both, we'd welcome you to come to Farmers. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, we appreciate all of your wisdom and knowledge in insurance. And as always, I'm here for your real estate needs. So if you know of somebody looking to buy or sell in the Collin County or surrounding areas, I would love to help them, be their agent. So just give us a call. My number is 469-907-6911. We thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye.